Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Indie Pop Girl, the podcast for music chat, new releases, hidden gems, and nostalgic deep dives. I am back with a little update episode this week, as I want to have a catch up since returning from my break last week. Don't worry, the last instalment of the Pop Girl series will be coming next Friday, so stay tuned. I can't wait to talk about the record that I have chosen to close out the series. A little clue? If you love Lana, then please make sure you're following. I have loved creating the Pop Girl series for you. It's been so much fun, and I've loved going back to the records that I have covered. I have some ideas for the series to come back in 2026. There are more records that I love with all my heart that I haven't covered yet, such as What's Your Pleasure by Jessie Ware, Pink Noise by Laura Mvula, and Like a Prayer by Madonna. Just a few to mention here, but I am sure there are so many more that I can cover in the future. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know, and I would love to hear from you. So, I just want to update you guys on my content for the rest of the year. After the Pop Girls has come to a close, I will be concentrating on the best of year lists with my favourite songs and albums. And I will also discuss my favourite live gigs of the year and talk about some of my favourite vinyl pressings and releases that I haven't covered on the podcast yet, which will tie in nicely with my top 10 albums of the year. So, the upload schedule might be a little sporadic during December. As you know, it is a busy time of the year anyway, but I will still be active on socials and I will aim to upload the end of the year episodes before Christmas week or around that time. I'm going to enjoy the break over Christmas with my family and will start 2026 with a clean slate. As the new year comes in, there is usually a bit of a dry period for new releases, so my plan is to introduce my brand new series, Indie Forever. I thought this would be a nice balance to the Pop Girls, as I want to make sure that I am catering to all tastes with the artists that I cover. I'm not going to reveal the artists or the records that I've chosen for this series, but I'll probably start to roll this out sometime in January. If you love all things indie, then make sure you are following me and are subscribed. I will be posting teasers before the episodes drop on my socials. I've also been thinking about my upload schedule for 2026, and as it stands, episodes drop every Friday. But to be able to continue to create high quality episodes for you, which take planning and preparation, I'm going to reduce the uploads to once every 2 weeks on a Friday to start off with. I also work full time and I want to avoid any burnout from happening. I love doing this podcast so much, and the dream is to be able to do this full time in the future. But for now, it might be a bit of a trial and error and see what works with my schedule. I will still drop bonus episodes whenever I can, and having that free time reducing the regular episode drops will also allow me to keep improving my social media. Nothing is set in stone, of course, but I have so many awesome records still to talk about, and doing this brings me so much joy. But rest assured, the Indie Pop Girl isn't going anywhere. I also had so much fun with the first series that I introduced to my podcast, Throwback Friday. My plan was to bring that back at some point, so when the time is right, the throwbacks will return. And if you have not caught up with the throwbacks from earlier on in the year that I posted, Please do check them out and give them a listen. I hope you enjoy them just as much as I loved putting the episodes together. I also have a few more ideas for the podcast for next year, which I am keeping under wraps for now. My goal is to keep improving, keep on producing quality content, and most importantly, that I keep on spreading the love on the music that means so much to me. I'm sure 2026 will be full of brand new releases. And don't worry, these will be covered on the podcast, and I am so excited to see what drops in 2026. So I'm sure there'll be lots to talk about. As I've already mentioned, the last instalment of the Pop Girls will be dropping very soon. So keep your eyes peeled, and I will be dropping a teaser on my socials shortly. Thank you to all who have tuned into the podcast. Thank you for the lovely, kind comments on my socials. Thank you for subscribing and for sticking around. And thank you for your patience while I took some time out to rest and recharge. I appreciate you guys, and most of all, thank you for listening. Thank you so much for tuning into this little short episode. Please follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Threads at The Indie Pop Girl. If you've enjoyed this episode, I'd love it if you could follow and share, as it helps other music lovers to find the show. I'm also on YouTube. You can find me at the Indie Pop Girl Podcast, and I'd be grateful if you could like and subscribe, as I'm creating content, shorts and posting teasers for upcoming episodes. You can also find me on TikTok at the Indie Pop Girl Podcast if you want to give me a follow over there. There is a public Spotify playlist available, and I've added some of my favourite tracks from the artists and records covered on the podcast. This will be updated as the episodes drop, so if you are curious with any of the artists and albums that I've covered, please give it a listen, and who knows, you might find a new discovery. You can find me on Spotify at The Indie Pop Girl, and the playlist is called Favourite Tracks from Podcast Episodes. I'll be back very soon with the final instalment in the Pop Girl series. I'll be talking about a debut record from 2012, which is so iconic, and it changed the pop landscape forever. You know it's by Lana, and I'm sure you know what record I will be discussing, so I hope you can join me. Until then, I'm Rachel, the Indie Pop Girl. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.